Second series of the day here at the IEM Chicago Asian Qualifiers. We've just done our first one, which was MVP, not even MVP. I'm spoiling myself. SC Absolute up against Boot DS, with SC managing to grab a 2-1 victory in almost 3 30-round games, 129 at the start, but we went the full distance on all three. Now, though, I did hint at before we move into MVP PK up against SC Absolute. This is the winners bracket, first game of the winners bracket in these qualifiers, which we do only have one team going through, so there's still a lot of CS, a lot of best of threes yet to be played, but this one should be a good bit of fun, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while since I've seen MVP PK play. Once again, I would have considered them the second best in the region, maybe even vying for Tyloo for being the best in the region, but they've actually switched out, I think, HSK for Mini Zeta at one time, and I mean, I'm interested to see how that change has performed for them overall, and I mean, I don't know if they have someone filling in for them. No, they don't, but I mean, I have obviously a lot of good words to say about the rest of the team for MVP PK. Legends among the entire scene, as well as, I mean, Zion. Who can't love Zion, after all?
Exactly, he's an incredibly good player. But let's have a quick look at the bracket and see how we've gone so far today. To recap very quickly, Tyloo forfeited their first game. Actually forfeited all of their games by the looks of things and forfeited the entire qualifier. So that means Made in Thailand got a 2-0 effective forfeit win going up against Flash. And 5Power went straight through into the second round of the lower bracket. On our stream, we had SC Absolute get a 2-1 over Boot Dreamscape, as we mentioned. The A stream did Flash over 5Power, or did they the MVP of TNC? I can't remember which one they did, but either way, that is the rest of the results. And now the upper bracket games that we have are Made in Thailand versus Flash Gaming on the A stream. If you remove the B from your stream URL, you'll end up there. Or you can stay with us and be our friends and watch SC Absolute up against MVPK very, very soon.
I don't know if they need to be friends with us, but you can stay here and watch anyway. We'll accept you for who you are, so we don't necessarily have to be friends. But
Oh, all right,
I mean, I still think it's going to be a good series for everyone to watch in terms of for both of them. So Flash Gaming obviously defeating, I guess, a very, very close rival in 5Power. I don't know what the exact scoreline was, but I'd say that series would have been pretty close, even though it was a 2-0. And Made in Thailand, I mean, with a couple of notable, I guess, personalities from Thailand as we're looking at the map picks there. So Mirage and Nuke being picked up. Now, Nuke is always going to be the scary thing, right? Because SC Absolute, it's always a do if you're damned kind of thing against MVP. You ban Nuke, you have to play Inferno. You ban Inferno, oh, you have to play Nuke, so. Or the other way around, so if you ban Nuke, you have to play Inferno. So.
Well, that's historically always been the best maps for this MVP lineup. Love to see how they go now that they've got Mini Zeta in place of HSK, but still the core of those players are very good at those maps. But in the meantime, let's jump into Mirage and see how things are going to what am I trying to say here? How things are going to play out.
Unravel?
Unravel. I think that's what I wanted, and it just didn't. It didn't happen.
Well, looks like the words didn't unravel out of your mouth, so.
You're not wrong. Lad's going to take the first point of contact onto A with a couple of P250 shots into CT, but unfortunately not going to be rewarded for that.
I mean, there's going to be 3 over here on the B bomb site. 4 if you consider Zeph inside the ladder position, but SC Absolute just going to walk into the A bomb site and pretty much find there's going to be no resistance. Mini Zeta's just given up ticket completely and just goes, you know what, you can have A bomb site. And probably the best decision as well. Surely this information should be relayed. It's going to be an A site very, very soon. And they're going to start rotating.
But SC Absolute has spread out a long way. They've already got someone in underpass looking to catch out the rotations when they do come through. Everyone else getting some very distant post plants indeed. So MVP.
This is where Zeph's position is actually critical because he can kind of go and control jungle. So this allows MVP PK to be flooding in from CT. They've still got the smoke to work with solo as well. So this is actually going to be really hard for, I guess, SC Absolute to try to retake it through the edge of the smoke.
Well, that's already a kit on the bomb sticking it. They're going to lose this round just like that. MVP just put out a wall of players in order to keep that diffuser alive. And while everyone will go down in the end, MVP, they still pull it off.
And this has to be something that MVP PK have practiced because Zeph in the ladder position, like I was saying, is that you don't need to really be rotating through mid. It's so risky. You've got so many things that you need to clear, so they just go, well, let me just go through CT instead. Mini Zeta's been there the entire time. Zeph's going to clear out jungle and make sure that no one can really wrap around us. It doesn't matter if Zeph dies afterwards. All they need to do is really stick the defuse. Now, SC Absolute have gone into this round just forcing up, actually. So we've got 2 AKs in the Galil to work with. So they're going pretty hard in at this stage. Probably have a more favorable buy if you look at it that way. Solo, trying to deal it out with MP9 at distance, never going to work out, but MVP at least have identified the fact that there are rifles now in play. And as the rest of SC Absolute, they just take this mid control slowly. got the numbers advantage, got a bit of mid control to work with as well, and MVP just looking to just gather the wits about them and see what opportunities they can grab.
Zeph's already looking for info, picking out from short. Spot one player out, so this would be a bit of a mistake if he overcommits to it. The flash is good, but not quite good enough to allow him 2 kills. He does at least clean up the very low HP bus. Not enough to get his team back into an even situation. Instead, it's still an advantage for SC Absolute. Well, looking to pinch in onto this A bomb site here. 1 player in A main, 1 in Palace, 2 around mid. And Mini Zeta are already pretty much playing retake here. He's in CT, but Zine, very crucial position for him here with this SMG. Already getting shot at, they now know that he's there. And MVP, they do have 2 players on the bomb site that the T's are coming for, but still, it's going to be difficult. There's Zine with the first, though. Close already here on short, too. This is doable now for MVP.
But they're walking up into A at the moment, so Zion's just going to walk out and just going to spot out a ton of information at the stage. Minizeta are in a lot of trouble, but Zion still fighting it. How is Zion still alive at this stage? Laz has to rely on the Deagle, and Zion, he's just too sharp, man.
Damn. 4K on the MP9, managing to save an AK through as well. It's unlucky if you're SC Absolute. That was a 4 versus 3 advantage they had, and they let it slip. Care of Zion getting far too many kills in the position that he was in. Now for SC, Galil bought out on tack edge. Was it them who did this on Cache, or was it Boot who brought out the Galil?
It was them that did it on Cache, because they started Cache T side, and I was like, is that a misbuy? But
they've done it again, so...
Not very beneficial for their economy, but sure, why not? Looks like they have... I mean, I can understand the logic in this, right? Because they know that MVP's economy is going to be absolutely garbage at the stage. So they're going to try and break the CT economy again.
I guess the trade-off is he's bought a Galil and body armor. He could alternatively have purchased... Actually, no, it would have been $50 short. Never mind. I was going to say, could have bought an AK and dropped that to a teammate. But no, I can't do maths properly, so the Galil it is. We're waiting out this smoke and B apps at the moment where Glow is waiting. They do have smokes and flashbangs. There they go, and Glow, he's let them out. He will be dueling it out. He's only going to get the 1. The pistols and the rifle do work. Ooh, Solo gets spotted out as well, but go down nonetheless. Not going to be able to get into the bomb site before that bomb goes down, so it'll have to be a retake here for MVP, and the smokes are down, wasting a lot of time for the CTs as well.
Those are really good market smokes, and I think MVP are just backing out to save at the moment. They're just going to cut their losses. They know their money is a little bit poor on some of their members, and I mean, they still have at least 2 rifles and an SMG they can keep for the next round. Probably keep Mini Zeta close, try to pick up maybe a few kills, a few stray kills, and then go from there. But SC Absolute, they read the situation, they get the kills that they need. Zeph just a little bit too slow with that HE grenade. If he was able to drop it, it was a matter of maybe about 2 seconds. He drops that grenade, I could have done a ton of damage. MVP might have been able to clean up, but that's a world of fantasy. Is SC Absolute put 1 on the board.
Blast falls through the bomb at the very end, but we'll still be able to get a rifle out here. It's not ideal for him, but I think he did lose some armor and whatnot at the end there. But nonetheless, the buy's going to come through for SC Absolute now. And for MVP, with the guns that they saved, they're able to get some SMGs to accompany the M4s, but it's not a great buy for them. MP9s at long range, not ideal.
Well, we saw what Zion did with the MP9, so some of the teammates need to channel some of that spirit. Like, we've got Mini Z at close mid. A single flashbang could absolutely ruin Laz's day at the moment if he's not too cautious. A lot of emphasis given MVP to prioritize this mid area, but SC Absolute just going to group up and 3 out of Palace. Now, we've seen this before. Contact play coming in from SC Absolute, most likely. That's always been the calling card, always been the strong point. That's what got them a bunch of rounds against Dreamscape as well, as now Laz going to be fighting it out, knows that there's going to be 2 mid. This should be the go signal, surely, for SC Absolute to come out A.
Indeed, in there they'll go. They find the entry onto Zion. That CT cracked open. Takesh with an excellent one onto Solo, and there's Crow cleaning up jungle as well. So just like that, get out into the I bomb site. They clean up the A player, 2 of the rotators from mid, and already, unfortunately for MVP, the 3 players that have gone down were all 3 with the rifles. The MP9's still alive, but not a whole lot they can do at this point unless someone in SC Absolute gets a little bit too eager on the front. Takesh is going to spot out 1. Glow desperately wants this trade and this AK-47, but he can't find it just yet, can't afford to risk charging in.
Where does that blood come from, I just wonder? Like, how does it go through one side of the wall to the other side?
Yeah, I guess it has. It's not from Glow. And no one else had been fighting in that area, so yep, I guess that's just come through the wall.
It must have been magic.
Sure.
Doesn't matter either way. I mean, Glow's going to take him forward to the next round. It's going to be an eco from MVP, surely, as SC Absolute just going to roll on and try to build their economy. I feel like I've said that one before. I felt like I've said that one many times before.
It's just been the name of the game so far for them, really, hasn't it?
I mean, they always do well, get at least enough cash so they can keep fighting, and that's always their strong part, right? Because they're winning rounds clinically, and that round was an example, once again, where they have 5 guns up, and it's going to be very beneficial for their money. MVP PK looking to fight close A ramp, though.
Zone lines up the first, reach on the trade. But Zone able to get out of the HUD and get a reload in. There's the trade, though. Bars comes out. We'll get that one more. So the crucial player here is once again Glow. Does have that M4 in hand, but he's just going to be playing across. Been smoked out though, and Bars has taken down both of his teammates. So again, for Glow, the call is going to be the save a second time. Try and hold on to this M4. And there's 2 players on the hunt. Coming in for SC Absolute. Crow's already quite close. Backstabbing in through Mirage as well, and unfortunately for Glow, he's going to lose the fight to a very similar sounding rival. Looking the wrong way at just the wrong time. That'll be SC Absolute grabbing their 3rd round. See if they're able to roll on to any more here.
I think one we could have done was that, yeah, Crow walks in the Glow and then mows him down. I guess we can go and build that a little bit further as soon as you stop coughing, Tim. Are you alright, dude?
I'm having some struggles with my lungs working properly at the moment.
That's alright. Alright, I'll wait for Tim to recover. I mean, I'll just take over as Tim's trying to recover at the moment. I mean, we do have the buy rank coming out from MVP at this stage. SC Absolute, they're going to be slowly 4 out of Palace this time around. Mini Zeta, though, does have the AWP, and it's just shooting gallery at this stage. They haven't been able to bust out. Solo does get picked off, but as soon as the smoke grenade blooms, SC Absolute just going to hightail it out as fast as they can. I mean, Laz has been here on the B bomb side, but Zev's just not left his position. He's very keen in making sure the B site's still in control, which means that 2 and 4. SC Absolute just going to group up and tick edge. We've seen him very, very solid so far on the A-site entries going in, but there's an AWP train in his angle at the moment, and he needs to be more than solid. He needs to be absolutely insane to hit the shot or force him off.
I mean, that is missed, though. It'll give him the opportunity to work out a little way further, but what they don't know is that Zion is lurking in Firebox. And he's just going to wait either for someone to run into his crosshair or for that bomb to be planted. That's when he'll move. Indeed, now he is walking out. The bomb will go down. He won't be able to stop that, but Zeph's going to find the first, and Zion easy cleanup onto the second. Just like that, MVP, they close it out. It's going to be 3 and 3.
Yeah, and that was really just Mini Zeta just stepping up with the AWP. The SC Absolute, once again, just coming in contact at an A ramp. This is something we didn't really see Boot Dreamscape do as much early on, was posting up that AWP on that A ramp. Now we're starting to see that happen. It's very, very efficient, especially when you got Tekej or you got also Ryder. They're going to be walking up and trying to get the picks working in their favor. Oh, they got money to buy up. That's all their good work in the last couple of rounds. They've got another chance to at least try to attack the CT defense, but similarly MVP, now they've got the full arsenal they need. They've got the weapons, they've got the grenades in their belt.
It's interesting. They have one AWP and it's in the hands of Rita. He is going for this pick into B apps, so most likely a spawn-based thing, but it's interesting to see that in his hands over Laz. What could be presented within a frag early on, though. Grenade also not quite deep enough to do too much, really. The spam not landing from Zeph either, but nonetheless, there's still 3 players committed over here for SC Absolute. Bomb down in B apps as well, and that spray is just inches above Rita's head. MVP are really determined that someone's here as well. Using a lot of utility on this area. And smoke now as well.
Zeph is hearing these, hearing the scoping click, so he knows that there's going to be some action going on. So that's why the utility is being dropped, just to keep them at bay for now. But I mean, SC Absolute can be assured at least of the fact that the CT defenders on the B bomb site don't have much. So 50 seconds still left. We don't have the bomb picked up. It is orientated towards B apps. This can be the go signal for SC Absolute to kind of collapse on the B bomb site through a B split. So you kind of get these 2 people up short, you get the other 3 out B. You know that the MVP defenders don't have many utilities to be defending the B bomb site with, and that's your go condition from here. 30 seconds left, though. Do need to start making a go soon, and Bar's going to just have to drop his utility and be left for dead.
Surely that, so we'll see if they're able to find these frags on short. They've actually got 2 players in the ladder room right now, but they're still not up short, and the Crow does get caught out. Zion finds Bas on A, which is what they were expecting. Now Laz, this is what he wanted to be in ladder room 4. They don't know about this just yet, but Glow still waiting on the bomb side. Laz finally on the flank, but not quick enough. The bomb's down in a terrible position. There's no way that Laz can get to that thing and plant. This round is completely fallen apart.
That is just the struggle of SC Absolute, just trying to get all in together into the B bomb site. And it's very hard to get in explosively because you got a couple of different people on different patterns at that time. You know, Bas is over in Palace, Laz, he's in ladder, and trying to come in from behind. Look, too many chickens, too many cooks, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes you just need to come in together and just abandon all your other plans, because otherwise you just don't have enough firepower to crack open the bomb site, and MVP shows you exactly why.
So then, SC Absolute now down around. Got decent enough utility to make this one work. Tons of flashes, a couple mollies. Speaking of mollies, there's one that's going to force. There's that bottom con. It's Rita up and through, but Zion's going to win that duel. Nizeta though does go down.
It's really just, once again, the pick and power, the pick and roll at this stage as Crows. Just, geez, that's exactly how SC Absolute have pretty much won the majority of the rounds. And Glow missing the first AWP shot, not whiffing the second.
That came from. He did manage to grab that kill. So 2 versus 3 now. Goes for a spam shot. Not going to find it. Crow waiting for back as well. Tackers jumps up on top. Excellent post-plant cleanup from SC Absolute. It is just the aim coming through for these guys. Playing very, very well once they actually decide and commit together. It's just that together part that's been giving them some issue.
Well, so far it just really feels like a 50-50 coin flip at this stage for SC Absolute, is that when they are coming in together, it is a little bit easier for them to, I guess, win the rounds, but it kind of goes into, oh, do we make a contact A play? Does our shots hit? If so, we go in. If not, then what do we do? Kind of thing. So, never a good thing.
Oh, no.
It's never a good thing to be gifting Zion an AK-47. He'll take that free of charge, no worries. Thank you very much.
And he got tagged just down below half HP for that one as well, so not ideal in a round where there's multiple SMGs out on the CT side, but gifting them an AK-47. So if going to get forced off, but gets the info there's a couple players in B apps. Here comes utility as well, and they're going to jump straight into Zeph. Crow goes down for free. Glow on the bomb side now, strikes out on his box. Takes down another kill. Minis onto Rita as well. Laz, while he's here with the bomb and an AK-47, he's 1v5. And won't get anything done in the end. Glow's even going to be able to get up and get an AK. Or an AWP.
Yeah, actually, so double AWP is going to come out once again. So Glow decides to prioritize the double AWP. And interestingly enough, MVP doing quite well on the defenses, even though Solo hasn't really contributed that heavily just yet to the defensive efforts. And SC Absolute, once again, just showing a couple of signs of hesitation in terms of not coming in together. And as soon as things go wrong, it just seems like they stall. And this may sound a little bit critical of me at the moment. I still think they're doing very, very well for their T side, considering that they didn't win Pistol. Just, because admittingly, they still won 4 buy rounds. That's still solid. Well, they've won 4 rounds so far. But the question is, what are they going to do here to get more rounds? And they need to start coming in together. We saw Crow jumping out by himself. You can't have that stuff happen and expect success. You need to be having one person jumping out a window, maybe the second person jumping out of the window as well, and a third person coming out from a different position. So don't like always seeing someone waiting at top mid in this particular scenario, like setting up Crow for a retake. You'd rather have an extra CZ as firepower to come into the A-bomb site. Or regardless, it is what it is. And SC Absolute just have to go in and just make this dry contact again work.
There's no utility. They have used a beta miss shot out of Minizeta, but still being able to deal with him is going to be very difficult, especially now that Zion is here on this bomb site with an AK-47, more than ready to lock it down. Flashbang out for himself as well. He's going to go straight in, spray down one player and another. All too easy. Minizeta gets involved, and Solo finds his first kill of the game. Only into Yiko. Nice, easy way to get into it. Oh, Zion. Good job. First inspect of the round. Spinny dig. Excellent.
He's such a cheerful kid.
You're not wrong, he is. Good lad.
So, alright, utility out for SC Absolute now. Now what are they going to do? So, we're actually going to see an execute out of them. And Zion's in a position to ruin them, which he always is.
No matter what position Zion's in, he's in a position to ruin the other team. That's
I just
kind of how he works.
I just get really scared whenever I see Zion in this position starting off well, because it generally never ends well for the opposition. You got to step above, right? You just got to be sharper than him. And I mean, so far, Crow to Kedge, we've seen some fascinating AK wielding coming out from them, but they need to once again step up to the occasion. A lot of smoke's being used, but they're not coming out.
Especially considering that we're going into Nuke, where I haven't seen MVP play it for a while, but last time we watched them play it, they were incredibly good at it. So even though they've made a roster change, you'd have to think they're still going to be comfortable in Nuke with the 4-man core. So if you're SC Absolute, you absolutely need to win this map, or else coming into Nuke, you're almost expected to lose that one, or it's going to be very difficult. So we'll see if they're able to get anything done, but Zion is still waiting here. Minizetta this time isn't missing that shot, hits it, and Zion laying in wait for his prey. They still have no idea that he's coming. His teammate's doing such a good job taking distraction away. He might not even need to do anything with his teammates doing this much work. Minizetta's just ruining everyone. Crow on the backstep through connector finds one and almost a second through the smoke, but Zion surely will strike soon. He still hasn't been spotted. In the end, he doesn't need it. We built that up to be a lot more than it was, but hey, his teammates get the work done. Minizetta with a 4K on the orb.
See, and that's kind of the clinical SC Absolute. I think this is going to be the next evolution, right? Because now they hit the first stumbling block in terms of MVP. I mean, yes, we did see, I guess, some of the same struggles against Boot, Dreamscape, but now we're starting to see those same struggles start to show itself again on their T side, where, all right, if we don't hit our entries, where do we go from here? And you can see that they don't have the ability to kind of explode out together and trying to get past the defenses just yet. And that's going to be something that I think will cost them ultimately this T side. Because Solo is missing a lot of shots.
He's also just getting dinked for days. Need to see that.
I'd rather be dinked by a Glock and maybe a Bison than anything else. So.
Well, I'm pretty sure. I think there was a 3-clicks Philip video that determined the Bison is the only gun in the game that can hit you 100 times and not kill you.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Something like that. Like I think it was like wallbanging through Dust 2 doors or something with a Bison. You can hit them more than 100 times and not kill them. But either way, I thought the Sandy Yuka round might be a little bit more exciting, but only one kill coming through for the Pistols. Zion's already on the case, looking to close out Bars here. The timing not quite with him, but the bomb in a terrible position. It's going to be awful difficult for Bars to win, but he has found Zion. If he can get someone else here, ooh, there's 2 players spotted. Goes for the 1 kill, but won't be able to swing out for the second just yet. Instead, going to go up Con and try find it. In a decent position to do some damage here, but he's going to get tagged down even lower. Sure, this round isn't going his way. Just wallbang him, go do it. Waits for the easy shot. Fair enough. We'll take the round out, though.
Doesn't know how low they are. Just remember that, so.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Just wanted to see the style points.
Yeah, but if he misses, then gets the kill.
That's why it's called style points.
That's economical damage. Style points are all good and everything. I like seeing some flashy play, but sometimes just waiting to click on the bigger center of gravity is the safer play.
Oh, exactly. Either way.
Let's see if SC Absolute have learned anything in the last couple of previous rounds. It looks like they're spreading out for another default take.
Once again, MVP using a lot of utility towards B early. I don't really have much either. Only a flashbang left, so it's been some of his grenades that went out early round, but doesn't really need utility Zion. He's more of a kill everyone while his teammates do the utility type player.
I mean, that's generally where you want to try and get your young, sharp guns into the positions, right? Minizetta as well as Zion. You just want them to be...
It's a bit of a
shooting the people.
Fight, but a couple kills have gone down towards B, and they're actually wrapping it through connector as well, despite the bomb being where it is. They've taken half of the map all at the one time here, SC Absolute. They've still got to go back and get bomb, and that's the one thing that gives Solo a slight opportunity in this. The fact that he has a bit of time due to the fact that they don't have bomb yet will give him a chance to reposition, maybe find himself a good angle. Not quite going to catch that bomb, but he will get up short here. And now that he's walking, I don't think that Apps player would have hurt him.
No, but Laz is covering the position at the moment with the AK-47, so Solo has to hit like an insane shot, and with so many people swing on him, it's not a winnable fight from short. So SC Absolute actually make it work out on the back of just, I guess, picks everywhere, just walking out once again, so... I don't know if it works. I guess don't fix it. But
Exactly.
it's just it just feels like it's all right. If we walk out, and we hit our shots, then we can win the round from there. But if not, then there's not really a plan B. Like Bas, it's like fast out, and he's hit that shot, and that's the A site one, just like that. So, but none of the other boys are there to back him up, so he's just gonna have to back out. And SC Absolute gonna think what they need to do here at the moment.
Looks like they want to go over towards B, but Glow is waiting for Rita here on short. That's an easy kill. The rest of SC Absolute now going to move in through apps. They've given up map control everywhere else. Admittedly, MVP don't have too much either. It's only Glow over here on B, but his teammates should be on their way very soon. That would have been an impressive shot if he could have hit it, but unfortunately now he's just got to try and pick an angle and fight it. We'll find one. More players pushing in close. Surely he won't get more here, and indeed Laz will eventually run him down, but Glow's done his job. 2 kills on B, buys time for his teammates to rotate in as the bomb will now be planted. And already Solo's here on the flank. Not sure if they'll expect him this quick either. Laz just managing to stay alive, but no one's looking at apps. They don't know that he's here just yet, and that'll be an easy kill for him. Now all on Crow, playing close by Market Door. Gotta hope they give up some quick, easy kills. There's one, looking for the second over towards Apps. The last is short, but he doesn't know it yet. Will spot out that player. Solo gets sprayed at, but Crow is actually being given a lot of opportunities to make this work, but can't quite convert those frags in time. Double AWP actually being saved by MVP as well.
Yep, and that means that they'll be able to get this full buy into the final round. It's similarly for SC Absolute. I think one member might struggle for a little bit, maybe two, but Lance can drop a few weapons over just to bolster the arsenal. They've done well enough to get 5 rounds, considering they didn't get pistol, so... I mean, I think the 3rd round they actually won on a force buy, so it's not as if it was like 3 rounds going over to MVP PK. It was only 2 rounds from the pistol. But SC Absolute have done well to keep in this half, but MVP just showing their class so far on the defensive side.
Mini's just hit a cracker of a shot on A. I know we can see it on stream, but Laz was trying to do the whole creep out behind the boxes and go for the stand-up peek, or behind the bricks next to my main, and Mini's just destroyed him straight through it. See the bullet hole there on your screen. So that's the first pick found. Rita, though, will find Zyne. That's player down for free. Zeph, though, getting involved, holding short. Bombs down in T-spawn here. 2 players pushing into apps where Glow is waiting.
Surely you're not expecting... Yeah,
you don't expect him here. Decided to fall off it, though. The flash is well timed. Gonna blind them both and stop the push, and gives him an opportunity for a pick. All right, Glow, you know what? You do you. That's a fabulous angle to be playing. I didn't see it coming. They both go down. And now Bas, bomb in hand, 1 on 4, 50 seconds. What a great situation for him to be in here.
Yeah, this should secure the double digits unless Bas can pull out something ridiculous. I don't think it's honestly possible at this stage. They know that he's most likely going to be coming in from... I mean, Glow's just going to make sure that he doesn't give an easy opportunity. Bas does clear that ladder position. Still needs to find 2 CTs. Solo just hiding behind Firebox. Mini Zeta just jumping up and down like a jackrabbit. 20 seconds, Bas. You got to make a plant. You can't just run out of time. You can kill Mini Zeta, but that's the best he can hope for.
And even that, he's not managed to get it. He's going to go for the plant here, but there's just way too many people shooting at him. Nothing he can do. Solo's going to grab that kill. And that'll make it 10-5. MVP starting off well on their CT side here. And SC Absolute, admittedly, CT was their better side on Mirage. From the previous 2 maps, their T sides were much better. And again, not so good here.
Yeah, they've got the chance to step up on the CT side, especially if they are able to take the pistol. And they've shown the ability to come back once today. Can definitely come back the 2nd time. But MVP, pretty standard stuff from MVP, I'm not going to lie. It's we expected that AWP going to be trained, that they knew where they needed to put the AWP. They had confidence in Glow holding the B-bomb site. And when I think this is the biggest strength as well for MVP. When you've got just from what it seems like from Mini Zeta, is that he's just able to hold down an angle and just pretty much hit 75 to 80% of the shots that are gifted to him. That's all you need really on an A-bomb site defender. And if SC Absolute want to just walk out every single time, you just post him there, because that's what your ticket AWP is meant to do. You're meant to post out on walkouts. And you've got Zyne that can just play in the middle position, who's just always dynamic and able to deal it out. And that's already so strong to kind of deal with as SC Absolute.
MVP, no utility, just a single decoy. All 5 players towards B, so Potential for them to just go straight in, but 2 players pushing in through apps for them. TechEdge is going to find the first one. They run him down, but there's 2 more players here. Sure, they won't be expecting this. Retard does give himself up on the right, though, and goes down for free. Crow taken out as well. Despite almost everyone being on the correct bomb site for this hit, only 2 kills have actually been found by SC Absolute so far, and Laz almost gives himself up there. And indeed will, as Zeph finds the kill zone with the last headshot. The setup was absolutely correct for SC, but they couldn't find the shots they needed.
It's difficult, actually, because you see Ryder actually stepping out a little bit earlier on, just getting a little bit too nervous. It's something I don't like that second holder actually doing, because if TechEdge goes down there, then that's all right. You just leave him for dead, because he's exposed. He's in a one-and-done position. But Ryder needs to make sure that no one comes out of the B apps entrance. He doesn't have to be concerned about window at all. But he got too concerned about window, wide swung, and that was pretty much it where he sealed his fate. You can't wide swing and hope to get away with it at that position, even if you have 3 on the bomb side. Still a chance to do some damage, though, before we criticize them too heavily. They've got these pistols as well as armor to work with.
We've seen those be very effective so far. Solid cops a deagle shot through the edge of the smoke. Can't get too antsy against the... Well, it's not just Deagles, but the Deagles, the 5.7s, the CZs. All of these pistols from SC Absolute have been quite dangerous so far today, so don't want to give them too much opportunity to make those pistols work. You can see that MVP, after Solo takes that first chunk of damage, they slow it down. Getting a bit more map control, and then they'll figure out where they want to go. Looks like it's going to be over towards A as well. A lot of people rotating over. Bass found himself a nice close little angle to play here. He's going to get the 1, but no more than that. Zyne now fast out of Palace gets flashed by a teammate.
Oh, Laz.
Now Laz is getting involved with the deagle. This is problematic.
Yeah, and Crow's also going to give a how you do as well to TechEdge, polishing off the kill, and Ryder's just sitting there in the corner the entire time. No. Flow's going to go for the plant, but Zyne's here to execute, and Zyne just out from Overwatch at the moment will just delete them.
That's the problem with having these players still alive with the AKs in a 2 versus 4. Zyne hits 3, incredibly quick headshots. Glow gets involved with just the 1, and SC Absolute, you thought they'd done enough, but you've never done enough while Zyne's still alive, as it turns out. He punishes them harshly for it. Currently sitting at 20-7. 0 assists as well. He's finished every single one of his kills. Look at that.
I mean, he's an alright player, I think.
He's okay.
He's just alright.
Not the best. Seen better.
Yeah, like simple.
Exactly. Honestly, if
like
you're better than simple, what are you doing?
Bass is... Have you found a smile as wholesome as Bass's smile just yet? You will never see anything as good as that.
It's not going to happen.
Exactly.
He's too happy.
Well, I mean, Zyne's pretty happy. Zyne's a pretty happy person as well, but probably maybe a 6 out of Bass happiness.
6 out of Bass. Well, speaking of happy, MVP are going to be very happy to take this B bomb site because there's no one on it. Just the 1 player in market. That's TechEdge now coming out, but just a USP. Surely not too much going to be able to do against this hold. He's looking for some shots, but there's just too many people shooting at him, and he can't quite connect it. All of the CTs, though, are on their way over here, but what difference will it make? Turns out not a lot. It's all to Bass on the flank, and Glow's too smart for it. Will drop him, so all too easy. MVP take 13.
And we've seen the scoreline once before, and MVP, they have to show their... Well, man... They have to show they're a bit more different compared to Dreamscape and close this out. They want to show that also as well, that their overtime against TNC, where they, I think, were up 12-3 and then dropped it all the way into overtime before they won 19-15, was just a bit of a mistake, a bit of a lackluster play, so to speak, as Ryder's able to pick up the first one in terms of mini Zeta, and Ryder's actually able to get 2 kills so far, and Zeph coming out fast, swinging wide, also able to trade it back efficiently as well, but Laz...
Man.
Every single time I see people walking on Laz's crosshairs, it's just, they just fall over. I don't understand. It's like Laz is a really good AWPer.
Well, that was 8 kills going the way of 3 players on the server. It's a round of multi-kills there, but SC Absolute nonetheless will make it work. It's a very quick and anticlimactic gun round out of MVP. Let's be a little bit more careful when they try this again. You can't just run into the crosshair of Laz. As you say, if you give him free kills, 9.9 times out of 10 he's going to take them. It's very rare that he misses someone just running into his crosshair.
Laz is pushing up at the moment. Oh no, Laz has been activated. He's confident.
Oh dear.
Oh, he's got all this control of top mid at the moment.
going to drop the bomb as well.
That just takes confidence. Look at the map on how empty it is. There's a pressure of underpass, someone walking through. There is all this pressure. And for you just to go up like that and just get the kill is so ballsy. And I've seen him do it 3-4 times today and win rounds based on it.
There was that round in the last Mirage game where he walked like all the way through T and then flanked them all while scoped in. It's just the confidence is insane. He's found another one. That's top mid again. Laz doing work here on the AWP, which is what we expect from him, but it's nice to be seeing it here up against MVP. Certainly one of the players they're going to be needing to, or that SE are going to be needing to step up if they want to get further into this matchup than just the 6 rounds that they currently have. Minizetta looks good, but he can't find the frag. Zion, though, dropping AK, gets 1 and only 1. Crow's going to clean up the remainder. 7 rounds now for SC Absolute, and the money treacherously low on MVP.
Are we seeing another comeback at this stage? The solid signs coming out from SC Absolute, especially if Laz and the boys over at SC Absolute are able just to lock down their sights. MVP PK going to be on the eco. I mean, ultimately, that's it, right? All you need is a few good individual plays in the critical rounds, and you reset them to an eco. You just hold firm, do it again, and all of a sudden the scoreline's tied a piece. Then you're on to Nuke, and you probably go, forget about it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. We've always said that, well, we're not always. We've been saying since the start of this map that SC pretty much need this one because Nuke is going to be a very difficult proposition for them. I don't know how their Nuke is, but we know MVPs is usually good, so...
I'm not saying that SC Absolute can't win Nuke, right? Because we've seen today that SC Absolute, they can do whatever they set their minds to. But Nuke has notoriously been that difficult map where MVP PK have been so strong at, where they're able to take it against, I'd say, tier 2, probably tier 2 teams as well, and probably push them pretty solidly. They've got a very good T-side executes. They've got a very good CT side defense. That's really assisted by the fact that they've got Zion.
I guess the one conclusion we can draw, though, is SC's ban was Inferno. Their first ban was Inferno, right?
Yes.
So they've played Inferno, and they got... Actually, they won it against...
No, they lost 16, 14 to 16, I think.
They lost it, yeah. But they got a whole bunch of rounds on that, so clearly if they don't want to play Inferno, which we've already seen they're not terrible at, maybe they do have something lined up for us on Nuke.
No, Minizetta is going to be... I'll explain something in a moment, right? In a moment, because SC Absolute
just keep me waiting.
Just fighting for mid control at the moment. MVP, PK, going to be coming out unders at the stage. Crow, that's going to be a huge nade. Ooh, spicy.
Crow's going to find himself a kill. Laz still waiting around here as well for them to come up through connector. Crow, too easy. Breaks the vent and the Skull of Glow in one bullet. Leaves MVP in a 3-on-5 to recover now. Zion and Palace feeling very alone at this point. There is CTs pushing and clearing a main as well. SC Absolute, as you said, are starting to feel confident, and this is when they're at their most dangerous, when they're feeling it, when they're starting to hit their shots. MVP certainly going to find they've got a much tougher opponent than perhaps they thought.
What is Solo going to do here? Because Solo is going to be... Oh, Bars is pushed in, and... That's any A site aggression just completely deflected. They know it's going to be 100% B bomb site. Solo, maybe he can pick off Laz and slow things down, but it looks like Laz is covering this position. Poor Raider, he's just dropping a smoke grenade. And we're not going to see an over-rotation from the CT side. They're still worried that it could be a B side attack. And to catch, that incendiary grenade is just ruined. Set state.
Yep, and there goes the bomb as well. Nothing that can be done at this point. Solo even gets legged by Laz, and he manages to pull out the USP and finish that kill. SC Absolute now only 4 behind. Right, you wanted to explain something.
Yeah, right. So there's this ancient meme. I don't know if you understand where the origin of this is from, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. MVP are really strong on Inferno. You do not ban Inferno because you think you can beat MVP PK on Inferno. You then get completely drilled on Inferno by MVP PK. Next time you play, you ban Inferno because you're not a complete idiot. It's a Dota 2 meme.
Yeah,
You're going to have to get used to Dota 2 memes. But
I'm not with you. I don't know anything about Dota.
The point being
the logic checks out, though.
The point being is that don't think that you can counter MVP PK Inferno unless you're one of these really top tier teams in the region that is Inferno's their best map. Because we've seen what happens when Australian teams who are decent at Inferno, what happens when they verse MVP PK. They get
Nuke might not be much different, though. It's going to be difficult. Chloe with the Deagle finds one headshot, but not much else of interest in that round. Just a rush into A from MVP, and they all get taken down. And SC Absolute now only 3 in front. The last couple of rounds established their, or 3 behind, I should say. The last couple of rounds established their economy well. They've got the double AWP, and all of their players quite rich. And on MVP, you get another round happening here soon. SC Absolute have money to be able to buy into the next 2-3 rounds and keep this comeback happening if they do lose here.
They've got plenty of cash and want to see Laz just explode once again. And you might regret that as Mini Zeta because
getting off that line, it's not going to work for you now.
Both sides missing their shots. Okay.
And again,
lots of missed shots today.
Okay. Interesting. I mean, that could have been worse for both sides, I guess. So that's an okay duel on the face of it. Takesh has a lot of control in B-Apps, though. Well, the flash is there to force him back. They don't follow up on it, so he's not really under too much pressure to move here. Laz, in the meantime, has found Zeph. I think that was, unders.
Yeah, connector
Laz is
into
playing out of
line.
con, yeah.
Once again, it's just confident players coming out of Laz where he just gets one pick and he flies to the other side. And then as soon as you think, oh, you know, we're safe to come in here, then there's Laz. And you come in one-on-one and Laz just kills you all. And Takej just pushed up so far in this position, allows Laz this luxury of just rotating around and just doing whatever he wants. And he knows he's got teammates supporting him as well. So even if Laz misses a shot, they're, you know, bars already, then they step out, they get a kill here and there. And that's the round 1 for SC Absolute, right? So MVP, how good they're supposed to block it off? Well, there's an incendiary grenade coming in. That's pretty much stopped all progression. Solo, you can't come through there. Laz is watching there.
Laz gets off it just at the wrong time, though. We'll be able to get out. The opening frags do start to come in, but Rita's getting involved with that CZ now, and Zion needs to have a big round here, but he only hits the one shot. If he'd hit one more, then maybe this is doable, but now it's on Mini Zeta, and with 5 seconds left, he's not getting close to this one.
He's just bailed.
Yeah, bomb down in hostile territory. He's off to save that AWP. Might be gifted a frag, but no, Crow's not going to push in far enough. Good decision. 2 rounds now, the gap.
Yeah, well, this feels like deja vu. I mean, we saw this literally in the last map between Boot Dreamscape as well as SC Absolute, and it feels like when SC Absolute against the wall, they are responding quite well. Same for MVP PK, just coming in a little bit all individually, is not as opposed to being a unit. It's starting to cost them a little bit. They're losing the flexibility of maybe having one explosive play or maybe chancing it down to SC Absolute and having maybe one really sick play, because at this stage, it's not the sick plays that are winning SC Absolute the game. It's just solid, fundamental defensive Counter-Strike.
Is indeed that. So, MVP now, a bit under the pressure. They're still in the lead by 2 rounds admittedly, but it's been quite some time since they've managed to put a round on the board in their name. So, let's turn that around here. Takej again in B-Apps. No one's watching that line for Solo. He had no idea at all that he's there, and he's going to get the kill and get out completely for free. SC Absolute are under no pressure. They don't even rotate another player over just yet. They're just feeling fine with what they've got. They've got the utility to buy time. Takej is going to re-aggress as well. Confident SC is very dangerous SC.
And why not?
Barrel as well.
And he's just going to drop this, maybe drop a flashbang. What are you going to do? Come up short B? Mini Zeta is in a ton of... He can't come out and trade, so... I mean, Zion, yeah, he can pick up Crow, but where's the rest of MVP PK? They're already dead. They're dead, Tim. And
everyone's gone down.
Everyone's gone down. Mini Zeta, is he even going to be allowed to save this time? Like, Laz is directly on the hunt. He's like a bloodhound. He's like, I've got your scent at the moment, and there you are. Mini Zeta is just going to hit the floor. Blood splattered all over the place. Laz satisfying, I don't know, some blood god out there, because that's literally what he's going for at the moment. Spilling blood everywhere. MVPs in particular.
Tactical pause then. This should be, I'm guessing, MVP, given that they are the ones with now only a 1-round lead.
Let me tell you this, Tim. So far on the CT side, or on their T side so far for MVP, they've never been in the lead in terms of, if you count out the pistol rounds and everything.
Purely in terms of numbers, they're in the lead. Nothing else.
But in the context of this game, they are far from in the lead at the moment. They have not even come close to winning a single round in these buy rounds. That's how unclose it's really been, and how clinical SC Absolute have been on the defensive side. Just pushes coming out. hitting all their shots with the M4s. MVP haven't been able to elevate their game and respond. Like Zion had one good round. I haven't seen him really since. He's been solid, but not explosive. There's no one really backing him up. Don't know what to say here. I mean, SC Absolute could absolutely steal the victory at the moment, but...
And if they do, that's like their best hope for this series, really. Given that we're... I mean, at the moment, we're assuming they're going to lose Nuke purely because MVP are good at it, not out of anything against SC Absolute, but even that might not be the case. We'll have to see once we get there, but in the meantime, we're looking at Mirage and at SC Absolute, who, despite being down for quite some time, have now got themselves in a great position to take... Well, to tie up the score, but as you said, they've been in the lead according to money, according to kills, according to really just overall performance since pretty much the start of this half. And now they've just got to beat out some pistols to tie up the score lines here. This would be a great time for MVP to actually bring a round back, though, and they have found the opening 2 frags as they boost one up through window and find openers, but 3v4. Not much armor on the T side. Looks got a little bit, but still going to be very vulnerable to all these rifles. Crow's just having a field day right now. So much time for him to shoot at everyone, but Tekage is going to overcommit. From a 2v2 into a 1v2, now it's on Rita. The sub stepping in. Bomb's still on A main. They're not even going to go for this plant just yet. They're hoping that he commits, and that footstep's going to give him up. Now Solo or Glow even knows exactly where he's playing from. Going to go hunting, and if he doesn't spot him, then time to wheel back to connector. In the meantime, Glow's going to keep him there. Solo's going to go plant B. This is absolutely a round that surely there's no way that MVP can lose.
Yeah, that's really thanks to Glow opening the A-bomb site. If Crow was able to land a few more of the kills a little bit earlier, look, you can't really hold it against him. He was the one who made it look doable for SC Absolute. But man, that's a heartbreaker right there. MVP PK just comes out. Glow just goes, all right, I've had enough. Here's a little bit of 1.6 lads, and he just comes in and just blasts a few heads.
Glow's heard this rotate. Just making sure that he holds the short line, because he knows that that's where Raider has to go. Spotted him, gets the shot, all too easy. Bet Rita's a bit confused, wondering how long he was there, but regardless, 14 rounds for MVP, a round win coming on the back of a force buy, stealing it away at a time they so desperately needed it. They avoid the tie, put themselves on the brink of that match point as well.
Yeah, but SC Absolute have the buy round, and I don't think that same weakness is going to show itself again. I hope not for SC Absolute. For MVP PK, I mean, it was a very, I guess, unpredictable attack. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that out of MVP PK for a very long time, where just Glow just walks out. So
it's true.
Can't expect that to always work out. Otherwise, that's really much just SC Absolute's game plan.
Reading to get flashed off of the line in Palace, but he has a Molotov ready to hold them back. SC Absolute have thrown a fair bit of utility early on, but still got a bit in reserve. See how much more MVP are able to draw out before they commit to this hit. Ooh, Zeph, that was a dangerous little peek. Doesn't get taken down by Laz just yet, but we've seen and spoken about what Laz can do when he feels like he's hitting his shots, and Zeph actually had the better angle on that one, and a bit of time to take the shot, but couldn't quite convert it. Tekage, easy window jump as well. Not going to be something that Glow is expecting. So now we're 3 versus 5, just like that. MVP win around, and they're immediately back against the wall. Laz is not missing the opportunities that he's been given either.
Yeah, Mini said if you miss those kind of shots, you better expect the Lions to be coming straight back at you, because otherwise he'll just boom you. And
oh no, don't want to get boomed.
You all look so different now. There you go, there you go. Surely you know what I'm referencing, right?
I think we were going for 2 different references.
I'm going for the same one, but it's the NBA one.
Yeah, okay,
if you ever seen
going
it.
for the same thing.
Because it's like one part where it goes, there you go, there you go.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out how we could work in that MVP will be adding Laz to the list of players we'll be watching in the summer. With 5 seconds left, MVP have just called a complete save in the meantime.
Look, you can throw as many guns as you want as SC Absolute. Okay, you lose 1. Okay, you lose 2. Probably not worth. That's alright.
That was close.
So, that's what I mean though. MVP PK, they get 1 round there, and then SC Absolute go, okay Laz, okay Tekage, can you go take B man and mid control? And they go, yeah, sure. I don't know who issues the order. If Laz tells himself to go kill people, maybe.
It's I realized, or I found out earlier, I was browsing Twitter between series earlier and found out it was Laz who was IGLing, but it's now Crow, so there you go.
Okay, because it would have been funny before. It's like,
Laz, go kill.
Laz,
Laz, okay.
Okay.
That's the simple thing. Oh, dear.
But MVP have enough to get a force buy on. Oh, man. Takenshi just always deep in there. And what do you do as MVP when you've got this deep B main control? It's, you think you've got B control. It's like, all right, the CTs haven't pushed in for the 5th round in a row, so we can actually go A here. They won't know we're going A. And Takenji's here just going, you guys, they're going A. There's nothing in B at the moment.
And then
just
say,
use
right.
everything at... Like, Solo comes in and spots him out, and then now the game's up, so Solo's going to be calling, yeah, they got this deep B apps control. I don't think we should be going A, but you have no opportunity to go anywhere else as MVP PK. So that's the kind of plays that are winning SE Absolute the map control. Now they've got to execute it on terms of hitting their shots.
MVP. Looking to get a little bit of an execute out here. Bas gets flashed in twice, but can't quite hit the shot. Now sits in a Molotov and does get 1 kill before getting traded. Zeta coming out of Palace is trying to open up the site for his team, but they've got to deal with Crow. Laz is in CT as well. We still don't know about this Firebox player. Laz is just going to distract them forever as well. 20 seconds left. The Molotov slowing them down. 3 versus 3, but they haven't dealt with Crow. And at this rate, they're not going to deal with Crow until they find out the bomb's about to go down and he swings out on them. So this is already around that MVP are going to lose. There's nothing they can do about it at this point. No, they actually do get the bomb down, so it could be worse, but Crow steps out and finds both.
Oh, that's sorted.
All on Mini Zeta now. Double molly, nothing he can do. Just run, save the AWP. No way at all he's getting back into this.
It feels like I've said that before again. Mini Zeta are going to have to run and save the AWP. I mean, that's... Once again, SC Absolute, they had a perfect read of the situation. And as MVP, if you're walking into that, either you need to know that you're walking into it, you have to clear everything, and you have to be hitting your shots. If you're not clearing everything, you're not hitting your shots, then that's it.
It's ripped.
It's stacked in SC Absolute's favor. You need to pull off a miraculous play to turn it back, the odds back in your favor. And now the scoreline's a tighter piece, thanks to this aggression at B side. And MVP now going to take this mid control.
This is something different from them, at least. Try and get some info into mid. They're actually getting up connected very fast. There's 2 smokes they're running through, and they're just trying to fight out into the A site quickly, trying not to give SC Absolute the time to stack players up here, but there's still going to be 3 on site by the time they get here. They're pushing through, though, into CT. Bas not ready for it. Laz on the trade. There's 2 players there. Zine finds 1 and the second as well on the MAC-10. That's what they needed to turn it around. Now it's all on Takej and Rita. Rita, grenade lands directly on him. Nothing he can do. Mini Zeta takes him down, and now it's Takej. 1v4. Finally, MVP, they go fast, so they don't give SC Absolute a chance to take map control, to call the rotations based on it. They take A side away before the CTs are ready for them to do so. And now it's all up to Takej. It's going to go down to Mini Zeta as well. MVP, 15 to 14, just 1 more needed. But the money is going to be here for this buy to come out from SC Absolute.
I don't know if we're going to see our first overtime as well. So MVP just straight through that mid control. Zine actually just utilizing the MAC-10 and Laz not hitting a few extra shots. Could have been the difference in that round. Like we're saying, Laz has been performing very, very consistently well on the AWP so far. But similarly, so is Zine on the T side, just slowly just doing the damage. So, final round of regulation time. As Laz finally goes down to Mini Zeta. This looks like it's finally it for MVP to get this victory.
Raider does find the 1 kill and drop the bomb, but he can't get away just yet. Zine, though, does go down to Takej, so things become a bit more interesting, but the trades are working out. And in the end, it's let down to Bas, 1 versus 2. Molly already here. He's going to try and go through it, catch the T's off guard, but Mini Zeta's ready for it, and it's going to be MVP to take a 16-14. Those last 2 rounds felt very, very quick. The rest of the map went on for quite some time and was very close, but the last few rounds, MVP just bullied their way through.
Yeah, I mean, normally I'm not a big fan of going fast, but it looks like MVP, they decide, look, there's going to be a 7th gear on the notch, which it means that we're just going to run straight through at them, and SC Absolute, not enough time to really calibrate. And really a big shame as well, because I honestly felt like SC Absolute had that map in their hands, but it was just a few things at the end, which means they couldn't clinch it out. Really unfortunate. We're jumping onto Nuke now, and like you were saying earlier, we're going to have to see some solid action coming out from SC Absolute, otherwise the series is going to be over.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult for them heading into Nuke. That one is one of MVP's best maps. It's been one of their best maps for quite some time, so It's going to be difficult for them. It's certainly possible. Like, they're performing well individually. Laz in particular is playing very, very well in that AWP, which can be quite a big factor on Nuke. So I think it's doable, but it would have really helped their series prospects if they could have got a win on Mirage.
I think it's going to definitely be difficult because Nuke isn't a map that I think I've seen SC Absolute ever play, in terms of statistically even, so it's not something I've seen that's popped up where I know MVP PK can play it efficiently enough to be that Inferno Nuke are pretty much their first picks, whereas I don't think this is anywhere near probably the top 4 picks of SC Absolute.
Probably not, but we will find out how Nuke goes after the break. We'll see you then.